We do have security at the fairgrounds is taking care of security. We don't change there. We'll have police on duty, and as I understand it, including deputies that we now are pulling in. Plus, there'll be state police there. Yes.
Excuse me, but I understand you've taken care of adding security to the fairgrounds, maybe due to the Sturgis event. But my question is, what was the public safety? And I'd like to also like an explanation of how you can declare such an emergency and then give the public no information about that.
First of all, there was no public emergency declared. What I said was public information crisis. In the flow of information between law enforcement officers in this county and the information that was coming from the deputies that had issues that I will not discuss here, that discussed with us, and that was a crisis that we were talking about and I talked about. Somebody else added a crisis, added an emergency to it.
Why didn't you go to the press and tell the public there was no emergency? This all goes back to, I think, why you've got such a large hostile crowd here. I mean, there's been so much information out. I mean, Mr. Moore now is saying that he was misquoted in the paper. If he was misquoted in the paper about something so serious as a public safety emergency, why wasn't the paper informed that no, there is no emergency? And if there was no emergency, then what was the reason to go back on the promise to handle this slowly and thoroughly and decide to do it, make your decision in 2 days? No study, no nothing.
I did make a statement, and I have to go back and see where it was, that it was not emergency. I have to go find out when I said that. There's so much being said.
That's all right, Director Moore. This is not an interrogation of you. I tried to answer the question. Bill has something you read to maybe help here.
Well, the only comment, I don't know where the word emergency came from either, Mr. Valentine. The actual memorandum that the commissioner signed, it does not use that word at all. Read it. It was to Chief Moore, signed by all three commissioners, and it was dated July 29th of this year. And it says, you are hereby authorized to expand the current Allegany County Bureau of Police into a full-service police agency to include the establishment of a road patrol division. In order to accomplish this, you are authorized to hire applicants who are currently members of the Allegany County Sheriff's Department. It is our position that any such members who are hired by you will be given the same rate of pay, benefits, rank, and seniority as they currently enjoy. We will support any efforts by these employees to become members of a collective bargaining unit of their choice. That's it. There's no mention of an emergency. I'm just saying that's the official action.
You're going to have to run what you just read is evidently a result of this declaration that was made. That is what the commissioners went to Mr. Moore and said, right now you're authorized, and according to every press report that I've read.
You've dealt with the press enough to know that the press is not an official statement or action of this county commissioner. No, it isn't. So I'm just trying to clarify, wait a second, I'm trying to clarify for you, there was never an official declaration of any emergency by this Board of Commissioners.
Okay, then why did the commissioners feel compelled to draw back on their promise just 2 days earlier, to handle this in a slow, thorough way, to study things? And I think if we would have proceeded a little bit more slowly, we wouldn't have 15 highly qualified officers sitting in limbo right now. You would not have a large crowd that's feeling rather hostile towards the commissioner, which that hurts the entire county.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Valentine. You've already got that.
Nobody has answered my question, and I would like an answer to my question. What was it that made you just suddenly decide to move so rapidly? One day you were going to proceed very slowly. There was going to be a study performed. 2 days later, according to the press, due to this emergency, public safety emergency, you decided we have to do it right now. Surely, you guys made the decision.
Let me address that, Bill. I think what caused me, can you hear?
I can do it.
These are directional mics. Can you hear now? I think what prompted me to change my mind, and I've known Sheriff Goode for a lot of years, was the budget. When we started having the overrun, and we hired a professional, we didn't hire, the young lady from the finance office was put in there to help Sheriff Goode with his budget in his office. That could not be resolved, but the final straw for me was when we put out a directive saying no cars, no matter whose they are, Public Works, anybody that works for the county, no cars will go across county lines or state lines. That to me, when that was defied, that was the straw that pushed me overboard. And I guess that's why we're here today with the crowd. I mean, Sheriff Goode, if he'd have cooperated with the commissioners, we wouldn't be here today on this issue. But, that's, Bill asked for my opinion, and you got your opinion. But what caused me to make that choice was that. Now, you can accept that, or you can reject that. I understand both ways. But, I respect Sheriff Goode, but that was the straw that pushed me overboard.
But even at that, and I respect all you guys.
That's my explanation to you.
I've known you guys
can
all.
do with it what you want.
Well, now, all I want to say is, I respect all you guys, I've known you guys for a long time. But nobody's really given me an answer yet why in 2 days' time, in a 2-day period, it became so important, after you made the public statement, that this would be looked at thoroughly and would be handled in a slow, thorough manner. And, this hurts the entire county. I'm not questioning your judgment about going to the county police department. I'm not going to question your judgment. You've got the right to do that. But I think the citizens have the right to know that it's being done in a proper way. And it seems to me that things were rushed because once you did this, then all of a sudden we find out that we can't get these guys recertified for a while. To me, as a business person, before I made such a change, that would have already been set up. I would have already talked to those people. I'd have got